push that right there. It is now time for the positive message for today. The positive message for today. And before I begin that, let me just start with my verbal verification as to I am the one and only Atavia GoldStar. One and only Atavia GoldStar. Everything that I am saying in this YouTube live stream are all of my ideas and creations coming from my mind, my thoughts, and my lived experiences. And that is my verbal copyright. Hopefully I said that right. It's early in the morning. It is now time for early morning encouragement and motivation. Early morning encouragement and motivation. And so, I've been thinking all weekend. I'm just thinking. I've been thinking all weekend, all the way up to this morning. What will the positive message be about? Like, what are you going to say this morning on your platform? What will you say? And then I say, you know what? I say, you know what? The message, which is the positive message for today, will be all about you. All about you. And why do I say that? Because it begins with you. The positive messages and all that I do to uplift and inspire for you to become your greater and better selves, to strengthen you. And I said, when you do the positive message this morning, speak only. Do your positive message about all about you. And so, if you're not up this morning, which I don't see anybody here, and that's okay, because this is still going to go on. This is going to go on because this message has to go on because it is a part of my platform, and I love encouraging you. And so, what I want to say, so when you got up this morning, or when you are going to get up, or whenever you come across this video, when you opened up to my live this morning, you're coming to my channel because you are wanting something that is going to inspire you to become your greater and better selves. It's something you're looking for. It's something that you want. It's something that you still are, maybe you're saying, it's something missing. It's something missing. And yes, you get up every day. You go to work every day. You go to work, you attend to everything you need to do every day in your everyday life, but yet you still say, it's something. I don't know what it is, but it's something that's missing, and I can't quite figure it out. For I know that every day I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And when I say that, I'm not speaking about me. I'm speaking about you. But, so, you're doing everything you know that you're supposed to do every day, that you're doing that's right. You're like, okay, I'm doing everything I have to do every day to make what I'm doing work. attending to my home life. I am going to work. I'm paying my bills. I'm seeing after my kids, if you have kids. I'm attending to my relationship. I'm doing everything that I need to do on a daily. But yet, it seems that something is still missing. And you're sitting back and you're thinking to yourself, because you may not even tell anybody this. You may not even tell anybody that, oh, you know, I'm still not completely satisfied with my life. I mean, yes, I love my life. I'm okay, but I'm still not completely satisfied. I have all of these material things. I have this big house. I have all of these cars. I have everything that you could possibly think that a person would want material-wise. I have all of that, but yet there is something that is still missing. And how do you find out about that? How do you even come to even knowing what is it that's missing in my life? I get up every day and I say, thank you, God, for everything that you've given me. I say, thank you, Lord, for everything that you've given me. I say, you know what? I am also grateful for all of the things that I have. And yet, you're still not completely satisfied with your life. For you are still saying, there is something missing. There's something missing. You still haven't quite figured it out. You've been going through life all this time. You've been going through life all this time, and you still have not figured out what is it that is missing, that I'm not completely satisfied with my life. For I have everything. You still looking around, you say, wait a minute, I got everything. It ain't nothing that I need. I got all the money in the bank, all the money anybody can even think of wanting. I got all these cars, any car that you think that's the most expensive car, I have it. That's what you're saying. And then you're saying, and then I'm not saying completely that that's is what you may have, but in your word, in a sense of the things that you have, that you're saying, I got all of this. I got all of this. Now, hold on, I'm going to turn my positive message music back on. You're saying, I have all of everything. Nope, got that, got that, got that, got that. You got the brightest smile when people see you. You got the brightest glow when people see you. To people, you look like you're just happy and you don't need anything. And everyone is looking at you and they're saying, wow. See, that's how I want to be. I want to be like that. Every time I see that person, they look so happy. They have everything. They have it all together. I mean, every time you see them, they just looking like they don't need anything. But at the end of the day, when you go home and you're sitting down to yourself and you're to yourself, because normally that is how it comes. And I always say to people, yeah, when you go to that bathroom, ain't nobody, when you sitting on that, I'm just going to say it, when you sitting on that toilet, it's going to come to you because ain't nobody there in that bathroom. There is nobody in the bathroom with you when you're sitting on the toilet. So when are you most likely to think about the things that are deep within you that you may not even share with nobody else? When you're sitting on the toilet? to yourself, you're thinking, you know what? You got some time to think, cause you might just be in there for quite a little bit of a while, and like some of us, we like to just sit there just for a little bit because we know ain't nobody gonna disturb us while we sitting in the bathroom, and so you thinking to yourself, huh? Hold on, I'm gonna put on my positive message music because I know that if I don't do that, this is the good one. So you're thinking to yourself, I'm still not completely satisfied. Boy, there's something that's missing that I've been knowing for a long time. That's been missing. You're saying to yourself, because see, this positive message is all about you today. About you. You've been saying that for a long time. It's something that is in here that it seems like I've been missing since maybe I've been growing up. Like it's something in here. And do you know what that may be? Do you know what it could possibly be? It could be that it is something that deep down inside as a kid that maybe you feel like you didn't completely, maybe you didn't completely heal from. It's something in here that you were missing, that you just grew, that grew inside of you as you became an adult, that you thought that, you know what, all of that happened to me back then when I was a kid, that I'm going to grow to become this person. And when I grow to become this person, everything that I thought that I didn't have, that I wanted, that I thought that I needed as a kid, I'm going to give that to myself. And guess what? You're thinking that all of that will replace all of that hurt and that pain that you carried inside of you as a kid. So you grew up, you became something great. You became something of importance. You became something that people look up to. You became just the best of whoever you are, but yet up in here, something is missing. That when you're to yourself, on that toilet maybe on that toilet, you know deep down inside, it's still bothering you. So what do you do? Unfortunately, I can only encourage you. But unfortunately, and this is very, very powerful, what I'm about to say, it is your choice to find out what that is and where you may go to seek assistance to help you become the greater and better person, to find out what it is that is in here. Because see, becoming the greater and better self, you becoming your greater and better self and strengthening yourself is not just all about you getting your projects together, you getting your outside looking better. It's not all about money, financial growth. It's not just all about that, but it's about in here, inside of you knowing that it is something inside that you have not completely healed. It's something inside that is still bothering you. That sometimes You might go off to yourself and you're by yourself. You're crying. You're crying to yourself. But you ain't going to let nobody see that. You're not going to let anybody see that. Because to them, when you're out and about, you're the biggest smile. You're the greatest. You're who everybody looks up to. And you can't show that side. So, I'm going to go back to what I just said a few minutes ago. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you what that is because only you know what that is. But I can encourage you, like I'm doing right now, that you can go out, or maybe you can begin to do research, look for resources onto. Now I know I got this thing on the inside that's bothering me, and I want to completely heal from this. So what am I going to do? It's something I need to do. I'm tired of feeling like that. I'm tired of that, feeling the way that I'm feeling. Now I'm going to share an experience with you all. I'm going to share an experience because and I'm going to show something I'm going to show before I do that. Because see, this is contagious. This is part of my brand. And I'm going to take a drink of this water. I'm going to take a drink of this water, not because, I love water, which I do love water, but right now I need it. So, excuse me, I want to take a drink of my water. And I'm not kidding. It's really good. Do you see the sweat on this glass from the ice that was in here? This water is really good. So now, what I want to say is that I want to share one of my experiences with you all, which is coming from my lived experience, is that me, myself, the reason why I can speak on a lot of these things over music and then I can come to my platform with it is because I use that to strengthen someone else, to uplift someone, to encourage someone to become their greater and better selves because I have lived that experience. As a child, growing up, I didn't have the best. I'm not going to say, period, I didn't have it. I didn't have none of that. And I'm not really completely ready to go into the whole of my childhood. But I will tell you that I grew up very just to myself because of a lot of the trauma that took place in my life. It made me just be off to myself all the time because I didn't have my mother around. Although I grew up with my mother, because if you, I'm gonna say Google me if you Google me, you will see that it says that Atavia GoldStar grew up in foster care from childhood. So I already had that inside of me of having something that was missing. We all know we need that mother love or, our parents around. I didn't have that, but I did have someone in my life that was my mother, but it made me withdraw because I didn't have my biological mother. So I grew up with all of this inside of me because I always knew that I was very creative. As a matter of fact, the very first thing that I ever wrote that someone read was coming from my trauma. So I let it all out. All of those things that I was experiencing, I let it all out. I already knew that I could write because I grew up saying, I want to be a journalist. I want to be a journalist. I want to do news. I knew that I wanted that. But then as I was growing up, I was growing up into my teenagers. I didn't quite understand none of that. I didn't understand none of that, so I continued to grow. I continued to grow, and even though I was raised in church, even though I was raised in church, because see, it's not just about going to church. It's not just about spirituality, but you have to learn and grow and apply it to your life if you're going to go to church. So whatever church that you're going to, if you're going there and you're not learning and growing from that and applying it to your life and it is making a change for your life, then you may need to sit down and think about, am I listening? Am I listening? And then when I'm listening, am I applying that to my life? Am I also doing some of the things that I'm listening when I go home to myself? Like, am I keeping that up? Am I keeping those things up that I'm learning in church? Am I keeping all of that up? Do I see myself growing from this? So I'm going to go back to me being a teenager and growing up and growing up. Now see, when I'm growing up, I'm not really having anybody there, but just me knowing that I grew up in church, right? So, but I'm not really having anybody there to encourage me, uplift me, and inspire me to become a greater and better me. But yet, I knew that deep inside, I wanted to be something greater and better. So what did I do? I said, I can become and also become a journalist. I can become a go downtown Chicago by myself. This is not the right thing to be playing for what I'm saying. But yes, I began to do all these things myself because I knew that I wanted something greater and better for myself. I began to do all of that. Yet, when I was doing that, there was something. No, we don't want that. There was something that was still missing. There was something that was still missing. So what did I do? I said, you know what? I'm having it very hard to continue because I had so many jobs. I was paying for all of these modeling classes, acting classes. Say, yes, I'm being model, I'm being actress, I'm being all of that. Everybody gonna see me and I'm gonna be on TV. Yet there was still something missing. I sat down one day, I said, I know I love to write. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take that and I'm going to build my own. I'm going to build my own. Because at least I know that if I do that, I will have something that belongs to me. And I don't have to go out and continue to find something that I don't have right now. So I'm going to build that within me. So I began to gather all the inner city youth, and began to work with them as far as fashion. You see, all of those things that I wanted to do, I took them and I gave them to youth. I felt that wasn't fortunate enough to have that like I wanted as a kid growing up. And guess what? While I was doing all of that, it was still something missing. So what did I do? What did I do? And I'm looking at the clock. I gotta hurry up real fast because it's 7 o'clock. So what did I do? I developed the Atavia show, which is a self-esteem building show, dance show, about self-esteem, positivity, all of that for youth. I developed all of that, pitched it to networks, and thought, oh yeah, it's gonna be real big, it's gonna be real big, it's gonna be out here. it was still something missing. Because while I was out and smiling and laughing and glowing and yeah, you can do, yeah, and you could become this and you could become that, it was still something missing. And guess what it was? Guess what it was? I had not fully healed. I had not fully healed, I'm going to continue to say, fully healed for what had taken place in my childhood. I had not fully healed from that. So what did I do? And a lot of times, and I'm speaking from experience, when you have not fully healed from that thing has not taken place in your childhood, and because I took the peer to peer specialist training, it sometimes come out through substance abuse. It sometimes come out in a more negative something that I cannot tell you, that you, if you're going through that, you're the only one that knows that. It sometimes may turn out to be depression. Let me push this up. Which is mental health challenges. You may go through that. It sometimes, did I say substance abuse? I think I did say substance abuse. But what I'm saying is that I went to therapy. I went to therapy, and a lot of people think, oh, going to therapy. Back then, if you used to tell people that you're going to therapy, they'll be like, what's wrong with you? You crazy? That don't mean you crazy. That means that you are seeking help from the inside to find out, what is this that's in here that's missing, that I have all this stuff around me according to your world. You have all this stuff around you that yet in here. When you're sitting on that toilet or you're sitting to yourself, it is something missing. So my point is to the positive message for today, which is all about you, that if you know that you may have something inside that's missing, you can go out and get resources that may help you become a greater and better you. And it doesn't have anything to do with the large amount of money you have or all of your materials that you have, because it is from within. I went to therapy 5 years straight, I think twice a week, because I wanted to do better and greater for myself. I got tired of feeling like that. I got tired of that. And the best thing that therapist told me, now I'm not going to go all the way in details with that. That'll be another time. But she said, and I thank her right now till today. She said, you no longer have to carry that weight with you anymore. I said, I went my whole life thinking that it was my fault. I said, I went my whole life with that embarrassment, thinking that it was my fault. She said, you no longer have to carry that weight on you no more. And she said, do you want to know why? I'm going to tell you why. That was your childlike mind. That was your childlike mind. You are now an adult. You are not a child anymore. When you were a child, you thought as a child. You could not prevent any of that took place in your life when you were a child. And now that you are an adult, you know better. For you know that if you were an adult, you might not have let none of that taken place. That was so powerful when that was said to me by a therapist. And remember, I had already been going through therapy for maybe close to 5 years then. close to 5 years. And it's not me just sitting in therapy, but it's the fact that all of this in here that you're talking to a therapist, you're letting it out so that they can get down to the nitty bitty gritty of what it is that you have not let out, that you're sitting and you're wondering on that toilet, what is it? I'm completely not satisfied. I'm completely not satisfied. So I'm going to close my positive message for today because I have one way over today encouraging you all, but you better believe that it will be a part 2 to this because this is something that is so powerful that I want to continue to speak about. But before I go, see, I'm already over. But before I go, I want to say that, okay, so you've gotten the therapy, and if you need to continue to do that, do that. But then there is also ongoing encouragement that you may need. You might need ongoing encouragement. You might need ongoing support. You might need I'm looking for my notes because I had wrote it down. Okay, spirituality, but just remember, if you're doing all of these things, remember to apply it to your life. Don't just listen to it, but apply it to your life, whatever that you feel that is being taught to you, that you're listening to, or you're teaching when you're going to church, apply it to your life. And also do that at home. Do that at home also. Do that at home on a daily to become your greater and better, stronger selves. I'm going to close out, but I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to do my YouTube language. No, wait, hold on, because I forgot. I do have a closing. I went way over today. I can't help it. I had to share that with you all. I had to do that. Okay, here it is. This is my closing. Okay, so subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe so that you may know when I am uploading more videos. I might just pop up and do a live or just upload a video. But subscribe to my channel so you will know. Hit the alert bell. Hit the alert bell. Like, share, comment. Go down and tell somebody. Y'all should get over there to Atavia GoldStar YouTube channel. She ain't doing something over there but inspiring us to become our greater and better selves and have a safe and positive Monday. I will see you either tomorrow morning at 6:30 or either tonight between 6:30 or 7. Positive love. You make me happy positively.